Welcome to the Sweet Science of Fighting Jiu-Jitsu instructional channel. Again, make sure you check the first link in the description. Pick up Ryan's book, but we're going through section by section right now, giving you the video version of it. So this time we're going to cover more defensive principles, and this time it's going to be overcommitting.
Overcommitting. This is a very, very important concept because it will save energy. Okay, so a lot of times in jiu-jitsu, it's not always about who's better than who. If you take guys with two equal skill level, it comes down to a couple things: timing and energy level. I always say you can take the best in the world and tire them out to where they can't really, tire them out, and then their technique starts to fall apart, and then I'll go and I'll challenge them, right? So, but even then I probably wouldn't. But but it is about who's spending more energy than who. This is a very old school concept. It used to be in the gi, old school. When I started training, it was just about wear your opponent down, and so they're just helpless and they can't defend themselves, right? And then we can do whatever we want. Obviously things have advanced. So, but it's still it's still a very important idea. So overcommitting really helps with this. The first thing I want to show is from side control. There is a whole video that we've already done on this, talking about side control escapes that you can check out. But I want to just hyper focus on the idea of what we're actually doing. So I got my wedges in here. I have an inside position. Now, I don't want to get into this idea of like pushing up, right? Bench pressing is always a bad idea. Okay, it's not generally. Not always, but it's a bad habit, let's say, just to kind of try to bench press the person off. Pushing the person down is also somewhat of in this particular position, okay? The easiest and most efficient way for me to get out is to bring James over my head, okay? It doesn't matter how much pressure they're putting in, because what I'm gonna use is use one complete movement with my hips and my arms. And so I'm going to put my feet to my butt, and as a general rule, you want your feet as close to your butt, your toes as close to your butt as you can get. You don't want your feet out here trying to bridge, it does nothing. Once you get your feet as close as you can get and get a good bridge, okay? And all I'm looking to do is get his head over in this direction. So I'm going to bridge, and I'm going to go like this. Now I know they're going to come back, but look at the space we just generated, right? Now what I do with that space is I'm going to shrink in and go to a diamond. Now I'm in the diamond, and now I've created this frame. I'm not going to go into all the stuff for recovery and all the stuff we need to do to get back to active and all that. I just want to show the idea of overcommitting to gain some inside position and gain space. Okay, sometimes that is the best way, the most efficient way, energy-wise, to escape, to actually produce an escape specifically from side control and to actually produce space. So the other thing I want to show is from a De La Riva guard, a reverse De La Riva guard. So if I'm here, this is very obvious too. He drops the knee in, and this is a little more advanced, I say, but I'm in a reverse De La Riva position here. The more he pressures in, this is good, right? I don't want to try to like move them around or whatever. What I'm actually trying to do is elevate him over my head. That's it. So I use everything I can to kick over the head, and now you can see I have space to move and do things, okay? One other idea. I do one escape from knee on belly for the most part. He goes to knee on belly. This is the number one escape I use. There's a ton of moves to deal with knee on belly. I just do one. And the reason why is because I just simply overcommit. I developed this when I was doing a lot of gi because they had the lapels and they were really holding on to me. And I needed them to let go to post their hands. So we just overcommit them. So I'm here, I'm dealing with it. I don't shrimp and try to get the knee off the belly, which is the natural reaction. My reaction is to get his head over there. So I go here and I bump him right here. And from here, we can begin to go into, what we like to do is leg locks. Right? Boom. And then I start to go into leg locks. So even if you don't know leg locks and you don't know all that particular position, backside 50-50 and all these things, it's fine, because once you threw him over, I could just start to wrestle up. Good wrestlers will just turn and start to wrestle up and grab a leg. So what it's actually doing is creating space. That's all. And it's creating opportunity. So overcommitting is a very good concept as far as escaping, guard attacking positions, even in standing. It's a good position to overcommit somebody in one direction. So yeah, that's it. That's really overcommitting.